Today's video, we look at a long-range fuel tank for our VP race car. Alright, happy Sunday Clunie Garage fans. Well, that's when we're filming this episode anyway, and as per the intro, we've got ourselves here a VS long-range fuel tank. So I alluded to this in our previous video. We were thinking about the drop tank route, and I just couldn't find the design that would fit my style, actually. I looked at a Brown Davies one, and it sort of finished about here, and I think that's designed to have the exit of the exhaust and all that, but we've got race pipes coming out the side here, so we don't really need to worry about exhaust exits and the profile for our tank. The original one was out of a 6-cylinder. That's long been to the tip, so I had my eyes on here for either with rare spares, where you can buy one of these long-range tanks, or from our friends at Gentech, and we managed to get a one salvaged out of a VS. So from my understanding, and I can be corrected in the comments, VL through to VP had an option of a long-range fuel tank. I think the standard ones were 65 to 75 from memory, but these long-range go up to 110 is what I am led to believe, and I'm not about to measure it and find out, but that is all good. And you can see this one's designed to have some heat shielding here from the exit of the exhaust on that side. Little spot for a fuel sender. I'll show you what's inside the fuel tank in a second, but just want to show you guys what it looks like before we start doing the resto on it. We're going to get all painted up and make it look smicky. The fuel filler is actually on the same side here for us, because ours is going to be there, and I'm led to believe that it connects directly up with the drop tube and all the rest of it, but we'll soon be having a look at that. All right, so let's have a look inside. So this will be good fun, because I'm going to try and use a torch and a GoPro at the same time here. So I'm going to shine in there. And there's no baffles in this tank or anything, so it's actually quite clean and sanitary inside. As you can see, that's probably the best way to do it, Fred. That torch on top of the GoPro. Good on you, old mate. And yeah, so you can basically see that's inside of the tank. So very interesting, very sanitary, but I will be cleaning that out as well. Alright, so let's get on to restoring the surface of our little tank here. We've got to pull all the little miscreants off of the heat shielding, clean it all off, get it ready for a bit of etch primer, because some of this is quite shiny bare metal, and then it's going to be finished in gloss black. But I'll also show you the fasteners. So you need different tank straps for the big long-range fuel tank. So here they are. We got these from Rare Spares, and I've just fitted a bit of rubber on the insulation. You might be thinking that I haven't used the insulation correctly. That's because this is the widest tank strap insulator that Clark Rubber had. So I've just Sikaflexed it on there, because it can't go on the other way with those little lugs hugging the outside of it. It won't fit. Already tried that, but no doubt someone will comment on that. But that is all good fun. This is the original fastener. As you can see, high tensile steel. So I went into our friends at Fishwick Specialty Fasteners. We've got a bunch of high tensile, heavy duty fasteners, washers, nuts, and we've already mocked one up, as you can see, so it definitely fits. I've just got to get this tank restored, and then I will show you how we fit it. Alright, I've just managed to get all that sticky residue off and that heat shielding that was just here. This stuff works a bloody treat, just quietly. Huge shout out to those guys, Planet Arc. That's all the crap left on the floor. But I've flipped him over just so you can sort of see the underside, and it looks like someone may have had an off-road excursion there, or a big nunga of rocks come up there out the front of Jolt Games, you wouldn't know. But the rest of the tank's looking pretty good. As I mentioned, that's the underside a bit, and I'll flip him over and show you the clean up on the other side. Alright, so we just flipped him over and cleaned up the top side of him, and gotten all the rest of the tar and residue off, bit of wax and grease, cleaned him up, and now I'll get ready for our bit of etch primer. Let's go. Okay, first coat of primer is on the top of the tank. We'll let that flash off, and then we'll flip them over to the other side. Alright, so painting at night's good fun with under lights and bugs, but we've got that next coat on, matte black. It's just flashing off there, so it looks a little bit specky, but it'll go nice and flat once it flashes off. Alright, she's getting dark here at Clunie Garage. Another bit of paint on top, and then we're going to flip them over again. Okay, so the fuel tank is finished. She's all painted up, ready to go. Looking very slick indeed. And I'm just going to wait for Frankie to get over here, and the two of us can get under that VP and put it in. Well, happy Saturday, Frankie. What you got yourself there?
Well, I love crawling around underneath the local dunny door, so I put a fuel tank in.
Oh, nice one. You got your Sikaflex on your little straps there?
Yeah, a little insulator.
Yeah, right.
Some nice clean little...
rare spares.
Yeah.
Especially designed for the big long-range fuel tank, Frankie. We just clean him out with a bit of Mrs. Fred's best dish rag, and she's ready to go. Beautiful. Let's show all the viewers what we've been doing before, Frankie, because we've been doing some trickery underneath this Commodore, haven't we?
I think we managed to put everything back to front and upside down.
Yep.
So we've gone and changed everything around, and hopefully it's where it should be.
So, Frankie, I can see some big washers on the panhard rod, upper and lower control arms, brand new high tensile fasteners. Looks very sanitary under here, Frankie, and for a 130,000 kilometre car, not a speck of rust, Mrs. Wong. She cleaned it every weekend with the two little frogs.
It's beautiful, doesn't it?
She loved it, didn't she?
Yes.
Well, there's a lot of hours under here, Frankie, from me and you. And, yeah, and we managed to get those sleeves in for those conies. That was good fun, wasn't it?
You bet. Nothing like having the right equipment.
Exactly. All right, well, is your idea that we put these straps in first and then throw the tank in?
Exactly.
Okay. Well, Frankie, she's in.
Magic.
Look at that. Just like the board game.
I like your little insulators.
Oh, very nice.
Spread the load a little bit.
Yep.
Shouldn't rattle.
No, look at that, Frankie. Long-range fuel tank, no drop tank, but it's 120 litres, I think, this thing.
Oh, yeah.
And the other little mod we had to do was this little cover plate here for the filler. We put him back in, haven't we? Happy days, Mando. Don't look at me like that.
We could make a little diffuser and make it look like a drop tank.
Or you could.
That would be nice.
Very nice. Okay. All right, Frankie, what are we going to do for the rest of this afternoon? Because I think we might put a rear sway bar in.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we'll probably find everything else we put in there is in the way now, but
that's right.
That's fine.
All right, 05 is alive.